Hey everybody, it's TorontoUnicorn. So I had to have a whole day of rest between the events that I'm about to talk about and then when I could talk about them. Because I don't know about you guys, but sometimes I get like energy hangovers, and it's like if I like exert a lot of energy or something one night, like I need like another full day to like recover. So I tried to make the story time yesterday and I was like, there's no way I'm getting into my makeup or anything like that. So I waited until today. This is going to be also on a podcast. I hope that you check out Spotify or Apple, whatever it is that you get your podcast when you're in your car or whatever. Maybe you've missed some of my content before. That's now available by audio. So maybe new opportunities gives maybe refreshed energy behind some of that content. So I'll also be doing an OnlyFans version, of course, because the stuff that I have to say is way too hot for YouTube. I'm going to be doing my best to speak to you in a way I'm allowed to, and then you're just going to have to come to my fan page to see the rest. Okay, here we go. So I took Jyla Valentine, a male-female couple that you guys have seen on my channel a lot, to the sex club Oasis Aqualounge with B, who is another male figure who has been on this channel throughout time. And we used to have like swinger parties and stuff like that when you know, back in the day. Anyways, so the four of us reconnected again for a special 4-person hangout. I'm not gonna lie, my chair is making noises. So if you hear a weird sound, I promise it's from the chair, it's not from me. So Jyla Valentine and I and B, the four of us, went to the sex club with a specific agenda that we were all going to basically dominate the girl, Jyla Valentine. We have an interesting role play dynamic, you know, the three of us, because her and her boyfriend play together with me sometimes, and I like to dom her. So it is interesting when there's another male dom, especially 2 male doms in the room. How does that work out? How do 3 doms work together? I don't know. It's not like there's a manual for this shit. So it was really exciting because I already knew everybody. We're all friends. So it was really comfortable. So what I really liked about this is I, as the dom, was able to have my own vision of what I wanted out of the scene, even though I wasn't even going to be the one like putting, you know, D in hole, right? Like I was just kind of, you know, assisting. But basically I wanted to kind of get into his head, you know, the guy that was going to be really doming her, the guest star dom. And I asked him in the car, like, I want to know, what is it that turns you on? What is it that you want? Because it's awkward to like sit in the middle of sex and be like, hey, can you like give me eye contact? Or like, can you like not use your hand in a blowjob? Like, these are things that some guys really have a preference about. And I wanted to know it. I want to know, what is it that you jerk off to? Tell me so that I can make it happen. And so he gave me some very helpful information. And then I was able to pull Miss Jyla Valentine. I put her actually, it was a funny thing that I did actually. When we went up to the 3rd floor, the 4 of us, we smoked some weed and stuff. We went up there and she was on the bed thingy. And I got on top of her as if I was literally dominating her from on top. And I said, I talked to B, you know, I know what he wants. I want you to do this. And so I was able to tell her directly what she can do to make me happy. And what that was what B wanted, right? So it was like a way of getting almost like somebody to know your secret fantasy without you having to admit it, and then them fulfill it for you. So that was what I thought I hoped my role to be. I also heard from her what she wanted. I also found out from him what he wanted, and I passed them back and forth. And so the actual, you know, insights that I gave him were more along the lines of just more rough. Like a lot of girls I know really like rough sex. I'm just saying. I mean, there's a spectrum of what's rough sex, keep in mind, right? But every girl I know likes a freaking good hand around the throat once in a while. And that kind of stuff. Yeah. Okay, I digress. So anyways, so she immediately got into the role play that we had assigned her with the dom, and it was like calling him daddy and things like that. And it was like so hot because I was like pruning her hair and I'm like, did you do this? And did you do this? And I was like getting her, you know, whatever warmed up, and you know, we still fooled around. Everyone fooled around. It just was, the focus was her as this attention whore slut, right? Like she wants to be this, and her doing a good job of basically being a useful, I say this with admiration, set of holes for guys. I had to say that because some girls are really proud of being 3-hole girls, and Jyla Valentine's one of them. And so I really enjoy watching guys enjoy the blank canvas of her body. So it is very fun to see what men do when there's no rules or restrictions about their style. as a little bit of a sexual anthropologist, it's very fascinating. So for me, I was able to get my fantasies fulfilled because I love seeing certain sexual acts. Now, keep in mind, this is YouTube. You got to come to OnlyFans. There are certain sexual acts, including a BJ, that I don't see a lot in normal sex. And I wanted to see it, and I did. And at one point, I held her chin and her head still so that this guy could have like a still thing while she had another guy behind her. So this was the scene. We were all involved. It was really exciting. It was beautiful because I even dressed her up in the outfit that he wanted. He said the Dom, kind of secretly told me what color lingerie he wanted. And so I was able to make that happen. So what I really liked about the experience from my perspective and participation is I actually liked being in control of the scene more than I cared about being underneath a man, frankly. I really did just want to see everything. And sometimes I would be busy with Mr. Gila Valentine, and then I'd forget that I want to look. So I'm like, sorry, can we watch for a bit? And we totally get it, because at one point we both agreed that we're going to actually just watch and participate that way, because it was like, yeah, you don't have to just swap. You don't have to do boy girl swap with boy girl. You could do boy girl boy on girl, which is what we did. So that is the night that we had. Now, there was a lot more details that are just way too hot for here. I'm so sorry. I wish I could be a oversharing, I wish I could be free to overshare more, but that is only on my fan page. Another part of the night that I really like is when you ask a man where do they want to, deposit their gift. I'm on YouTube. I love seeing what the answer is when there's no rules, basically, except for not inside of her without a condom kind of thing. But I love seeing what the answer is because it's different. So sometimes it's different each time. Crazy. But it gets you, for me, it's teaching me what a man actually wants. A man who I have slept with. And I don't specifically do this act to see how much he likes it. Was like, yeah, well, I'm glad we're fucking swingers, man. Anyways, that was fun. So I will wrap that part of the story up here. And I will say that it was a busy couples night that night at Oasis. I normally don't go on couples nights. And it was a lot of attractive, people, a lot of good vibes, a lot of social vibes. I was impressed. I think for me, the key to going on a night when single men are not allowed is that you should have a date as a single woman. Otherwise, you gotta go through two people to get laid, not just one. Anyways, I'm going to go to my fan page now. I hope you come with me. I also just launched something on TorontoUnicorn.com that I'm very excited about. I get a lot of questions. Where did you get your outfits and all that kind of stuff? I now can actually put links directly so that somebody could buy the exact outfit they see me in. And so I put a link to that on TorontoUnicorn.com. It's called, I think it's called like my outfit, shop my look.